What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. As we gear up for HBO's Bradley versus Rios, I'm back with Boxingego's Weapons. Now, I've done this before. Weapons is basically where I play the corner man, I play the trainer, and give both sides some advice, some keys to victory, and pretty much what they need to do to secure the victory. So I'll go over Timothy Bradley, his game plan, as well as Bam Bam Brandon Rios. And we'll start off with Timothy Bradley. Now, in terms of Timothy Bradley, these are some of the skills he needs to use to his advantage. I think he has the edge in athleticism. He's just overall the better mover, the slicker of the two, and he's faster. So he needs to use this to his advantage. He's not the biggest puncher, especially at welterweight. Brandon Rios is a pretty big puncher. He's definitely solid, heavy-handed, and he's an inside fighter. So Timothy Bradley, to me, needs to use his athleticism, and that also includes his footwork. This is going to be imperative. He's with Teddy Atlas now, no longer with Joel Diaz. He needs to use his athleticism as well as his footwork in order to keep Brandon Rios constantly resetting, constantly at bay, keep him at the end of like a jab. I think Bradley, even though he's not known for power, he needs to keep punches out there just so Brandon Rios doesn't get into a groove. Always keep Brandon Rios on his toes, constantly resetting and constantly having to defend. The other thing is Bradley has the better ring IQ, in my opinion, and he needs to use that. And I think if he ties all of these in together, then he can secure the victory. So bottom line, Timothy Bradley needs to be more of the Bradley who fought Juan Manuel Marquez as opposed to Bradley that fought Ruslan Provodnikov. So that's what he cannot do. He can't go in there with the chip on his shoulder. He can't get lured into a dumb fight where he's trying to rock'em sock'em robots with a bigger guy and a bigger puncher, and you don't need to brawl. Timothy Bradley needs to stay consistent with the game plan. This is my rule. If a game plan is working, don't change it. He did that in the Jesse Vargas fight, and he nearly paid. Everything that he was doing, he was bringing the pressure to Jesse Vargas. He was wild and just walking Jesse Vargas down for basically 11 rounds. And all of a sudden, in the 12th round, he started trying to box for no reason, even though what he was doing for the first 11 rounds, he was dominating and clearly winning. And then he started trying to box off the back foot randomly in the 12th round. That's when Jesse Vargas threw a money shot, a home run shot that almost got him out of there. So he can't do that. He has to just be smart, be on his toes, don't really brawl when you don't need to. If you do brawl, then get right back to your boxing. And I think if he does that, then he can win this particular fight. Now for Brandon Rios, one, at the time this video is being made, I haven't seen the weigh-in, so he needs to comfortably make weight. So hopefully he had a good training camp. I haven't seen, again, the weigh-in's not today. So I'll see what he looks like at the weigh-in, but he needs to comfortably make weight. He hasn't fought since, I think, January. I was at that fight where he fought Mike Alvarado, and he needs to comfortably make weight. So hopefully he had a good camp and he's not weight drained or anything like that. Rios, his skills and his strength include his chin and durability. He needs to use that to his advantage. If you feel Timothy Bradley can't hurt you, don't be fooled by his trickery. Walk him down, don't respect his punches, and really try to lure him into the trenches for a dogfight. Make it an ugly fight. Make your size, impose your size, and make your size count, and make it matter. Like, basically show Timothy Bradley no respect, kind of like a Ruslan Provodnikov did. And he needs to rely on his uppercuts. He has probably some of the best uppercuts in the current game of boxing, in my opinion. He has vicious uppercuts. I would try to, if Bradley's like leaning in, leaning forward, try to release some of those uppercuts because, I mean, that's a money punch and that'll hurt anybody. Bradley, the other thing is he's been in tough fights. He's had a tough schedule, great resume, and he's been in some tough recent fights. Jesse Vargas wasn't really tough until the 12th round, but he got banged up in that 12th round. Ruslan Provodnikov, we all seen how that played out. He looked hurt in that fight. Pacquiao, 2 fights with him. Different things like that. He got knocked down by, I think, Kendall Holt. So, I mean, he's been through wars and things like that. So, Brandon Rios being durable, having a hell of a chin, he just needs to show no respect and really just try to bring it to Bradley, cut off the ring. He needs to cut off the ring And basically, if he does those things, I think he can win this particular fight. Now, a lot of people don't put this, no one's really said this, but this is a championship fight. This is for a WBO belt. So both guys, they need to bring their A game, because this is this is almost a crossroad fight. Because even though Timothy Bradley won his last fight, he got hurt by a 140-pounder in Jesse Vargas. He lost to Pacquiao, got hurt to Ruslan Provodnikov. And he needs to establish himself as like one of the premier names at welterweight again. You know what I'm saying? So this would be a huge title defense if he beats Brandon Rios. Same thing with Rios. Rios lost to Pacquiao as well. Rios had a controversial disqualification win over Diego Chavez in a fight where he didn't look that great. Mike Alvarado was off 2 losses when Rios fought him, and he looked good in that fight, but Alvarado wasn't really a welterweight. He was a guy who had been fighting at 140 or a catchweight with Marquez. So I think Brandon Rios really needs to look good too, because this is for all the marbles, and this is a championship level fight, and they need to show the other guys at welterweight. You got Keith Thurman, undefeated. You got Kell Brook, undefeated. You got Amir Khan. You got Sean Porter, once defeated. You got all these guys. Pacquiao still there. Mayweather may come back. I don't know. But you still got all these elite level, like top names at welterweight. So I think the winner of this will really etch their name like, okay, we're still a force. We're still here. We're still something to be reckoned with. So that's my weapons for this particular fight. Both guys have a shot to win this particular fight. Rios, just like I said, needs to make it an ugly fight, a dog fight, kind of like a Mike Alvarado, a relentless, constant pressure type fight to make Bradley uncomfortable. Maybe apply so much pressure where he's not used to it, because he has a new coach, so he might feel re-energized and stuff like that. And then Timothy Bradley, he just needs to be Bradley of old, like Bradley that was beating guys like Lamont Peterson, beating guys like Devin Alexander, where he knew when to brawl, he knew when to box. So hopefully Teddy Atlas is in his ear giving him those types of advice. Let me know what you guys think. Ego weapons, that's my keys to victory for both. That's my breakdown of their skill. Drop it in the comment section who wins and why. Make sure you like my video. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off.